Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to go with Voracious Contempt by Internal Bleeding. I think this is, especially for its time, one of the heaviest albums ever released. Because if you listen to like a lot of modern like slam and all that, that is still nowhere near as heavy as songs like Despoilment of Rotting Flesh, Reflection of Ignorance. Like you don't get a bass tone like that in slam. I've It's got one of the best bass tones I think in the history of metal. And what I like about the guitar as well, it's got like that really raw sort of sound. It's not like super deep or anything. It's like it doesn't have much bass at all in the guitar.
Yeah, I mean, first time I listened to Internal Bleeding, Voracious Contempt, I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Because there's hip hop influences, the there's hardcore, there's hip hop, there's brutal death metal all at the same time. Just
Uh,
like the bass, especially like you said, I think this is one song, "God of Subservience" from that album. Yeah. Oh, it's. Whoa. I still remember I was in. I think I was in high school at that time when I discovered Internal Bleeding, and I went straight from like I just discovered like Obituary, Morbid Angel, all these classics, and then I I I listened to Internal Bleeding. I was like, okay, whatever the rhythm section is on, I need that for sure. Like the bass and drums.
yeah,
It's I still think Internal Bleeding are one of the like the yardsticks of measurement for like really good brutal death metal, like slam done well
yeah.
and not just like overdone.
This internal bleeding, I think they, what's the word? They went like, I don't know, I'm trying to describe their new albums now. They've just kind of gone a little softer though, unfortunately. They
Yeah,
they no longer have that punch that they used to have.
Now, I always thought
yeah.
internal bleeding was more of a suffocation clone. I'm sorry, but at least
Where's
Voracious.
Faizan? If we're talking about internal bleeding, where's
So no, I genuinely thought that they were a bit of a suffocation clone because I heard the first three suffocation before someone turned me on into internal bleeding. And slam is not my scene at all. I'm more, my allegiances lie towards more towards Scandinavia. But yeah, I genuinely thought that they were a suffocation clone, but it's the modern stuff which I kind of enjoy more because they have moved so much away from the initial slam, and perhaps it's that bias that I'm bringing to the table that I don't enjoy slam at all.
Maybe check out Wormhole. Wormhole is a brilliant band, especially The Weakest Among Us. That has some crazy parts on it.
I
And
think sorry.
sorry, and Bleeding Teeth Fungus off of the Almost Human album. That band just does some shit that no other slam band anywhere can do. I'm gonna be starting a slam band like that soon though. I've gotten with a drummer and I got a bass player.
The
Peace.
Yeah, Abhishek, I think like the slam that you're talking about with yeah, I don't know, maybe it's a perspective thing, but for me, I never felt like the album that Alex is talking about, Voracious Contempt, it didn't seem so much a slam as that New York hardcore-ish kind of like riffs almost like it felt more like beat down brutal death metal in a way.
Yeah, I thought the beatdown aspects of it all as well. They had like that hardcore element which you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Uh, that I think lend itself really well. when it came to creating that atmosphere, which is what became slam. And like when you talk about slam in 2025,
Yeah.
that's essentially like you mentioned the yardstick, right? So for me, I always came at it with that sense of bias. So perhaps for me, that's why it did not connect as well as it did for you folks. But yeah, that's essentially what I felt. Yeah.
Mm.
Any thoughts, GK?
Not particularly. I mean, I've heard them, but I'm not that into them, I guess. Although they were like brutal death metal only, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
the term slam came into effect, I guess, much later.
Yeah.
It's
like,
I think slam is like gent. It's not really an actual genre. It's just
uh,
Gent is actually a guitar
Metal
technique.
is
A lot of
falling
people get that wrong.
It's
Gent's actually
derived from
guitar.
that 20 seconds of League of Inveracity song. 20 seconds made an
Ha.
Yeah,
entire
that
genre.
dun, 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 yeah, that part.
Except it's just kind of very heavily palm muted.
But I love
Yeah.
suffocation, man. Even I love that those little slam parts, like those are still digestible. I love it.
Yeah.
You make entire
because
five minute
they
songs with
started
only
it all.
chung 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 chung. That is I love
Suffocation
it.
Yeah,
and
suffocation
Hey,
started it all.
wait.
So
We've got suffocation coming up in a little
okay.
bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So